Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I apologise in advance, but I lost the audio for this particular episode, so I'm doing this commentary post. So yeah, apologies for any loss in quality that causes. Now, in the last episode we got Bob back, so now we have to actually bring him home, which means I need to drop that periapsis down into orbit. Into atmosphere even. And yeah, whilst I was preparing for this video, I spotted that the Science 3 command pod is still in orbit. It hasn't actually flown off on escape velocity like the game suggested it would. So yeah, potentially could try and get that science out of it in a future mission. Maybe. It's, you know, not in an easy orbit to get to. Neither was Bob, but, well. Anyway, first things first, let's get Bob back home, shall we? And first things first, I need to drop the periapsis, which means I need to be warping to just before apoapsis, so that I can burn on the apoapsis and drop the periapsis down most fuel efficiently. So here we go. There we are. Now I need to align myself with my retrograde, so that I can slow down instead of speed up. And I went way too far there. I always do that. And back we go. Okay, that's got myself mostly lined up. So now I just need to get to the apoapsis itself. Oh, we got a brief moment to admire the spaceship. There we go. Can't wait till Kerbal Space Program 2. These space shots are going to look so good. But yeah, there we go. Apoapsis is about 4 minutes away, so a little bit of time warping to get there. If memory serves, I slow it back down again at about 1 minute from apoapsis. Yep, there we go. Back down, and now I need to get back onto the retrograde because that's shifted a little bit. There we are. Okay, lock down that periapsis so I can see the effect I'm having on it with my burn. I'll know when to stop. Now I just have to wait the last 30 seconds or so until I can start the burn. If memory serves, once again, I believe I start that burn at about T-minus 5 seconds. So, a little bit longer to wait. Nearly there. Here I go, and then I realise, oh yeah, still got that thrust limiter set to 1%, so let's change that. Give me full power, please. And that's dropped it down into atmosphere nicely. 64,000 kilometres, 64,000 metres even, 64 kilometres will do just fine. So let's go ahead and walk over to the just before the periaps. And we can get ready to, once again, well, get rid of that annoying box, please, Phil. We don't want that anymore. I'm aligned with retrograde, there we go, yeah, get rid of, thank you. And now I'm in atmosphere, so it's time to start burning retrograde to bleed off some of that excess speed and get that apoapsis down. Periapsis is falling as well, but that's not a problem. And the apoapsis is coming down nicely. There we go. Gonna get that down so it's roughly in atmosphere as well. There we go, that should do it. And now we don't need this engine anymore, so let's realign with the retrograde just to be safe with the heat shield, and stage! There we go. Now all that's left to do is let this aerodynamics bring me home. So I'll just switch off the SAS, there I go. Let aerodynamics do the work from here on out. And I will set this to time-lapse so that you can enjoy this nice, smooth re-entry. And touchdown! Bob is finally back home. And since we're in the desert, that means I can potentially get some more science out of this by doing an EVA. Here we go. And get the EVA report. And yeah, pay no attention to the jiggling desert in the background. That's, yeah, slight graphical issues going on there. There we go. Not sure why Bob's not wearing his helmet right now, but then again, with so much time in space, he probably just wanted a bit of fresh air. Okay, get all the science out, go back in so I can get another crew report. There we go. And now all I have to do is recover the vessel. There we go. And that's Bob back at the astronaut complex, safe and sound. Whew. Took long enough. Okay, so I got about 28 science out of that. Not terrible, not terrible. Science I get from space is significantly better than the science I get from the desert, obviously, but there's only so much I could bring back, so that'll have to do. Moving on. A little bit of money back, always nice. And yes, Bob has leveled up. Thank God for that. He's been up there long enough. He damn well better have leveled up. Good to have him back. Okay. Let's go to the tracking station and decide what we're going to do with Science 3. Or at least that's what I'm doing right now in the video. But I have already actually decided that... yeah, no. It's going to be a whole lot of trouble and effort to try and rendezvous with the Science 3 pod again. When I could just so much more easily go out to the moon itself and just do the science again. That's probably the most sensible approach. So yeah, I'm gonna be basically ignoring that science 3. This is me just basically thinking it through right now, trying to come to a decision. Any moment now I'll decide, you know what, it's easier just to go to the moon and do the science again. Come on. Come on, old me. Get on with it. Yep, it's a weird orbit. It's a long way out. The moon's just there. It's nice and easy. Yeah, leave it alone. There we go. So, go to the astronaut complex, and here I want to see what the benefit of upgrading Bob's Kerman to level 1 was. As it happens, it's 105% science return and from vessel and from parts. Now, I wasn't quite sure exactly how much a base scientist returns, so I quickly have a look on the list here. And it's 100%, so it's a 5% increase, which is not to be sniffed at. Now, part of me kind of wants to level up Valentina Kerman, because having another level 1 pilot is probably a good thing, but that's not a super major concern, so let's go ahead and come out of here. And now I need to go to R&D, yep, in order to spend that science that I did bring back. Specifically, I want to get improved fins for my rocket, so flight control seems like the best option. We've got the Delta Deluxe winglet there. Seems like it's probably going to do the job. There's also the AVR8, is that? I'm having a little trouble reading this on the screen. Yeah, AVR8 winglet is also a possibility, but I'm not 100% sold on that one. And yeah, this is me just trying to see if there's any real major difference between that one and the Delta Deluxe. And apart from the Delta Deluxe being lighter, there doesn't seem to be. So I'll probably just go with the Delta Deluxe. I have a quick look at aviation here to see whether or not there's anything in there that would really work, but it's not really designed for the rocket's aviation, so I decide, yeah, flight control, that's the one for me, and I'll go with the Delta Deluxe. Okay, that's that bought. Moving on to vehicle assembly building. Because if I'm going to go to the moon again and do some more science, I'm going to need to upgrade my science vessel with the new winglets. And, you know, sort out the original design flaw of not having any solar panels. So get rid of those, don't need them anymore. Where's the Delta Deluxe? There it is. I did have that AV11 winglet all this time, oh, AVT1 even, sorry, but solid. I've got the Delta Deluxe now, let's use that. Okay, 4x symmetry, and let's slap that on to this rocket. Okay, and it's gone back onto 2x symmetry for some reason. Because and once again, I think it's because I'm accidentally mousing over the boosters as I'm trying to do it, and now it's in a really weird orientation, and yeah, this I have a little fun with these winglets. Yep. So I decide, okay, let's take the boosters off. That'll make life easier. And why are the winglets doing that? Got 4x symmetry on, but the winglets are in the wrong facing. So rotate tool, there we go. And no, that's not rotating it the right way. And that's more like it. There we go. Okay. Slap those bad boys on. About there, looks good. Yep. And let's reattach the boosters. There's the coupler. Yep, grab the coupler. got it? There we go. And I wisely remembered to set it to 2 times symmetry before I try and slap this on. 4 boosters would probably be a bit much. And yeah, it's around about this time that I start getting a bit OCD about the orientation of the boosters and the fins with regards to the command pod, because for several iterations now it's been a little bit wonky, and I suspect that's probably why my rockets, yeah, there we go, that's the angle off a bit. It's probably why my rockets are going off in weird directions on launch. So I decide, you know what, sod it, let's just rebuild this damn thing from scratch and hopefully sort out the orientation in the new build. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out and come back once we have our new rocket. Okay, we have something approaching the ideal rocket here. We've got up to our parts limit. We have the solar panels on now. Had to lose a little bit of fuel because, of course, I'm adding 4 extra parts in the form of the solar panels. Here I am debating whether or not to even put someone in the command seat because I'm not sure if I got enough fuel to go all the way to the moon and back. Should I just send it up empty to test it? Nah, stick Bob Kerman in. It's fine. What's the worst that can happen? He'll get stranded in space and I have to spend another 5 episodes or so trying to bring him back. It's fine. He who dares and all that. So yeah, I think we're almost ready to go. Just need to fix the staging. And at this point, I have a little bit of a mental block and think, oh no, I haven't got an engine on my second stage. When in fact I have. I'm hovering over it right now. But I take it off, thinking I'm taking off the decoupler, and go ahead and stick in an engine. So there we go, and boom, I now have 2 engines. Why do I have 2 engines? Any moment now I'll figure it out. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I figured out, hey, that's the decoupler. I've got 2 engines. Yeah, get rid of that. Don't need that. There we go. And boom. Right, we're back down to the 30 parts limit again, which is good. Just finished sorting out the staging. So engine comes down to there. Then decouple. Yes, I realised. Oh wait, I haven't got a decoupler for the command pod. And when I went to go put it on, I discovered I haven't even put on a heat shield yet either. That could have been a disaster. So there we go, heat shield on. And decoupler, there we go. However, now that has taken me over the parts limit, over to 32. And I can't really afford to take out any more fuel or anything because that would definitely not get me to the moon. So, finish sorting out the staging, there we go. So, what's the solution? Well, I think the best solution I could come up with is to upgrade the VAB. Gonna be a bit pricey, but that will increase my parts limit quite significantly. So any moment now, I'm going to leave here to upgrade the VAB. Just double checking the staging. Yep, not entirely sure what I'm going through there. Yep, everything's fine, come on. Past me, get on with it. Okay. Yep. Oh, okay, so first I rename it because someone's been complaining, you know who you are, that just calling it science insert number or space insert number is too boring, despite the fact that NASA does that all the time. I mean, how many Apollos did they have? Still, someone wanted more exciting names than that. So I am going to go ahead and rename this something a bit more interesting. In a moment. Get rid of that. Yeah, don't need that. Okay, and yeah. So we are going to rename this ship. Instead of the Science 3, it is going to be, in a moment now, the Mat. There we go. That sounds much more interesting. So yeah, ship renamed, save it. Yep, there we go. And yeah, now there we go. Now I leave the VAB so that I can upgrade it. That's much more manageable parts limit. Boom! Hey, looks a lot more impressive as well. Always nice. In we go again. And now, this is a perfectly acceptable rocket. So I quickly go out and try to double check that I've got enough money for it. And I managed to get confused between which is the amount I need to spend and which is the total amount of money I have, but eventually I'll figure out, yeah, I've got plenty of money. 17,422 for this rocket. That's pretty damn cheap. Okay, back out we go, and before we do anything else, I want to go to mission control and see if there are any missions I could do to earn a little bit more money whilst I'm at this. So, we take a quick look through. Rescue someone from orbit? Hell no. Position a satellite in orbit? Nope. Conduct temperature scan surveys of the moon. I'm a little bit interested in this one. However, the problem becomes that it wants me to do temperature scans at specific altitudes over specific areas of the moon. And I decide that's probably outside of the scope of this particular flight. And again, the same problem happens with these observational surveys. So yeah, neither of them is really useful. Next up, it wants me to test the Jumper liquid fuel engine, which I don't even have. Moving on. Rescue someone from orbit? No. Rescue someone from orbit? No. Ferry 2 tourists? Hell no. Ferry a VIP? No. Ferry a VIP? Ferry a VIP? Yeah, none of this really works out. I do briefly get a little bit into this one, thinking maybe, because I could potentially send it up as a remote control, but it doesn't tell me what the travel itinerary is going to be, and so there's no way of knowing where I'm going to have to take them, and yeah, it's just not really practical. So eventually I'm going to decide, you know what, no, this doesn't do it for me. I'm going to go ahead and just work with the one mission I have for now, and that'll have to do. Yeah, okay, just reading that description. Eventually I'll decide that no, this isn't anything useful. Come on, get on with it past me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I get a little bit interested in what the hell that is, but yeah. For now, this will have to do. This episode's plenty long enough, so I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry for the post-commentary. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay bad.